Welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Just interpret the message as it best resonates. All right. Now, if you're interested in winning a free reading with me because you love this reading so much, you have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video always comes from my deck, and my deck is a shadow healing deck, and it's made for healing, and it also helps you develop your psychic abilities, and it also helps you deepen your meditation and reflection practices. So it's multifaceted. It's a great little tool if you're someone that's looking to do some shadow healing work on your own, because really shadow healing is a lifelong process. We're always peeling layers to find more layers. And a lot of times it's not really because there are things that are wrong, but sometimes our perception of things just changes. And it changes because we get more information. We're in a different place in life. So healing is all about that, is to be able to see ourselves differently. We usually going from a place of fear, feeling fearful or disempowered and feeling of lack and limited, to a place of empowerment, to a place of passion, to a place of happiness and hope and peace of mind. So we can integrate energy. We can't get rid of energy. See, shadow healing is all about learning how to integrate those parts of yourself that you've rejected, parts of yourself that you have detached from. And so when we're looking at our soul mates or twin flames or any soul connection, we know that there's love. That's not the issue. The issue is how that person displays love and why they display it the way that they do. And so can we change them? No, but we can change ourselves. That indirectly changes the dynamic of the relationship a lot of times. That's why spiritual healing readings are important, because there's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness depends on what you do. So when you're dealing with a relationship that you feel like you're stuck in a Mexican standstill, that neither person is moving, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to move because I'm not going to degrade myself. I'm not going to lower my standards. And the other person has a big ego, it becomes very turbulent. We understand why, because we're like, why are you making it difficult? Why are you making it difficult to love me? Why are you making me feel this way? And so really the spiritual lesson many times is not what this person is doing. It's, why is that person able to make you feel a certain way? No one should be able to make you feel a certain way. See, your emotions are the gateway to spiritual healing. So know that the word of the day is also like at the beginning of my reading. If you're new to my channel, just so that you know, it gives us in like a little bit of a channel before I start pulling cards. Now, any important links that you may want to find, you can find in the description box. Especially my shadow healing coaching program comes with inner child healing, shadow healing, reparenting, and all the healing modalities to heal the effects of trauma, which is really important because a lot of times when we go through traumatic experiences, we've unconsciously conditioned our nervous system to become over responsive. And so then we see autoimmune system problems and other imbalances. So healing is not just about having new awareness, it's about grounding and integrating that awareness so that we can see a different version of ourselves and the situation. Hopefully a more empowering one, obviously. Okay, greedy, greedy, greedy. That's the energy there. Let me just take a minute. Well, see, I feel a lot of things. I feel as if at one point in time, you might have felt this way. I feel like you did feel this way, but it was a really long time ago. It was long before you met the person that's connected to you that has this energy of greedy. And I feel like you're connected to somebody that came from a very poor environment. They didn't have enough. They watched their family struggle financially. So no matter how much they have, they never really feel that it's enough. And I feel like that's similar for you too, because of the environment that you grew up in. So why it's seen as greedy is there's only two energies, love and fear. So regardless of whether you want to be greedy, or whether or not you just are greedy because it's an unconscious behaviorism to just want more and to take more without realizing it. The You might realize it, but your level of comfort needs to be more indulgent because of the lack that you experience is what I'm getting at. And so I feel that someone that's connected to your person knew that they are greedy, and your person was looking to get out of a connection with someone. And so they're your person. There's a person that's connected to you, that's connected to somebody else, that they don't really want to be in that relationship anymore. They're there, but they're not there. They're like physically there, but their mind and emotions are not there. The karmic, I'm feeling, doesn't care. Doesn't care. Is it wants to stay in this relationship for what it looks like, wants the money. There's money there. There's, again, they don't want to lose what they had, what they built with this person. They don't want this person to go on and build with someone else or give to someone else, because the person that's connected to your person is very greedy also. So you're dealing with two people that are really, really, really greedy. And so they won't really, like, really your person should leave, really should end that connection, walk away from that connection. But they don't because they're greedy, though they want out of that connection and they are there, but they're not, again, emotionally or physically there. And like I said, the karmic knows, but doesn't care. So what does that have to do with you? I feel like aside from the fact that at one point you came also from a place of lack, and so maybe you watched your parents struggle again, there wasn't enough money. And so, which wasn't uncommon back in the day, our parents lived a lot more frugal than what we live today. I remember like our parents saying, no, you can't go to McDonald's. No, you can't. Like we give in a lot more to our children today than what our parents did a long time ago. And it was because they didn't have the money. They didn't have the resources. The priorities were different. And so I'm feeling like your person comes from, like, again, a more like ego perception, like things mean a lot to them, like the house that they live in, the car that they drive. And that's because they come from a place of lack. And that a lot of times happens when we grow up in an environment where we watch our parents struggle. There's a sense that there's not enough. And that's a continuous theme that we begin to, again, make that part of our identity unconsciously, which is why I feel like your person is greedy and the person connected to them knows this. But they were on their way out of that connection. And so, like I said, what does that have to do with you? What does that have to do with you? What are the hidden truths between you and your person? Because it's like it explains like a lot. I wish I could share my good news with you. I feel like your person is like going through like either a divorce or a separation, really leaving this karmic behind. They're making plans to leave them behind. They're in the process of leaving them behind, or they already left them behind. Like it's really like in the forefront. Just being near you is intoxicating. It's like you're so different from them. They feel like you're humble, and I feel like you are. I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons about money, even though you may not feel like you have. Like you don't come from a place of continuously needing. there's a sense that you put your time into creating yourself, growing yourself, in with hanging out with friends and doing fun things. Like you inspire this person because they're used to being with people that are superficial, that want material things too. So it is intoxicating because it's a spiritual connection. So there's a lot of chemistry, but then there's also this sense of being different, so different from everyone else, more humble. I love you. I usually just pull three, but something's telling me maybe I should pull one more. I can't stop thinking about you. So they're really like in a place of, um, and I think it's because they're leaving, they are changing things behind things. But what they see is that that they were connected to someone that was really, really greedy. So what happened between you and them, aside from the fact that if they're connected to somebody else, what transpired? I want to know what transpired. And we're gonna look at the shadow love cards. Because clearly it didn't work out because the person already had somebody. So we already know that. But what else did they do? Grieving. It didn't work out the way you imagined. So it's again, I feel like they were upset about the karmic, believe it or not. There was a sense when they came back into your life, or when they came into your life, they said that they were out of a connection. And I feel like that they were. However, they weren't fully, they had so much mixed feelings. And that's the thing, when you're in a connection with someone for a long time, even if it's an abusive connection, that you gave a lot if you're in a connection like that. And so your person gave a lot. They invested a lot in this person, and the karmic knew exactly how to make them invest. I feel like they continuously got coaching from a mother that had a horrible marriage. And so it was like all about control. And so they went into this connection being like, you're going to work, you're going to make sure, like, if there's a company, I'm going to be part of that company. If there's a house, my name's going to be on that house. Like, they made sure to staple themselves in every single place in your person's life. And so the greediness is not really greedy, it's the greediness that really, I feel like, came more from the karmic. However, your person stays with that because it's like I feel like that's who I am. If I leave all this stuff, then I lose. So they weren't just grieving like the person, the karmic, but the entire life. And again, what it represented to them, like their reality, how they wanted people to perceive them. So, and that they couldn't really be there for you is what I feel. I feel like they said that they were ready, and then they were like there sometimes going through the motions, but not really again fully there. And then also like again grieving, and then fierce, and then perceiving that you were fierce is what I'm really feeling like, that there was a sense of that you were like, hey, listen, it's either you're gonna be in this connection with me or you're not gonna be in this connection with me. And I feel like they got a little protective also, little fierce with like, don't like, they were used of the karmic's ways, which was very manipulative. So very sweet, very docile, and but very conniving, very shady. Someone that wore a lot of different masks. So that to let people think that they were one way. But if you got close, you eventually saw that there were a lot of cracks within this type of relationship. So the karmic began to get more and more fierce themselves because they could feel your person moving away. So they're very like territorial of your person because like I said they don't care that your person doesn't want to be with them. They feel like I helped you create whatever is here. I created a family with you. I created this home with you. I created whatever it is. It's like almost like the karmic believes that they own like the person that's connected to you, and the person that's connected to you for a long time was manipulated. So I feel like they have so many different emotions. And when they came to you, they had so many different emotions: anger, resentment, feeling of betrayal, because seeing how the karmic like manipulated everything to keep them stuck, and really again feeling very foolish on how they were played. But I feel like your fierceness, they want you to be um gentle, they want you to be docile, but you're not. You're very straightforward, you're very direct, and this person like is not a very strong person. They're broken. It's like, and they're broken because they stayed in an environment with a karmic due to the fact that they were greedy instead of banking on themselves. And I feel like when they met you, they, again, you didn't know how crushed that they were. You didn't know how broken they are. But again, there's a sense that the person that's connected to them wants to crush them, make sure that they don't move forward, that wants to like permanently like handicap them, like where they can never move forward, that they're so broke that they are reliant, because the karmic can't control that, like the person that's connected to you, the person that's connected to you has so much feelings towards you. It started off that they love you. Karmic knows that just because that they're there, they're seeing that they did not win, with that, like, because just because that person's there, they see that they're forcing it. So it's making that karmic even more jealous, even more angry, even more trying to talk to your person, trying to manipulate your person. Your person's not being manipulated. So they're like, I want to crush you so you cannot move forward. And I feel like your person feels crushed about what they did to you. And I feel like you feel crushed over how your person treated you, because you're like, I thought that we had something so much stronger. It's that you do have something stronger. It's that if it's healing this, like making this person want to like, say, what the hell did I do? I'm stuck with this person that I made the wrong choice. And like they were greedy. I believe that they were on their way out. That relationship was over. And it's like, and they were excited about it. And the karmic did something. They knew, they said, oh, you are not going anywhere. You are not going anywhere. And so you look and see the triggers, because what we see right now is that, okay, yeah, that they, are grieving because they were caught up in that. And so that's why you walked away. And that's why I feel like they went, they were easily also influenced by that karmic, because you never really, you weren't docile, you weren't soft, you didn't make it like, oh, I'm going to make things so easy. You didn't abandon yourself. You were like, I have standards and you need to like rise to those standards. And this person um, played games in the beginning. They treated you badly. And the reason why they can't stop thinking about you is mainly because it's like a way of escaping like who they're with. They don't want to be with that person. It's again cheating. I had a feeling you were fooling around and I caught you. And that's what it's again. And that's what the karmic was like you were going to cheat. If you didn't cheat, you were going to cheat. And I'm also going to make sure that you can't cheat. And that by again making sure that you can't go anywhere. So I used again your weakness. This is the karmic said to your person, again, the person that's connected to you, I'm going to use your weakness for my benefit to keep you stuck. so that you cannot cheat. So you will not make a fool out of me anymore, that you will not embarrass me anymore. I own you. And that's why your person is like thinking about me nonstop. They're like, oh my God, what have I done? Like, why, how could I even like, you know, get myself into this situation? So let's ask if they can even do anything, because I'm not feeling like they can do anything, because right now how it is like the karmic is like holding on to them financially so that they can't do anything. That's how the karmic is crushing them and being like, oh no, you're not going to go anywhere. But let's see whether they anything pops up, whether they can or not. I'm just going to pull. Uh, I feel like, okay, I pulled the strength card, strength, and then again, page of cups. Well, see, I do feel your person right now is still going to come to you with, again, a gesture, though it's going to take a lot of internal strength because, first of all, they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed, first of all, but the fact that they can't get away from this karmic and how this karmic has such control over their life that they don't have control over their life. And it seems like you have control over your life. So that's number one. Number two, they're embarrassed because of the way that they treated you, but they really don't really have anywhere else to turn. Like, and they do have a connection, and there was a connection. It's just they played games. It's again, I feel like your person was a bit of a player. It's like, and that's why the karmic was like, enough. They just happened to be like enough when you and this person was gonna either begin a relationship, start a relationship. It was your time, but this karmic was like enough and tricked them. It's again, so like your person wants to again make a romantic gesture. They're going to come to you with a romantic gesture. However, I mean, intuitively, I mean, if they're still attached to this karmic, I think that that would be a really horrific thing, because the karmic knows that they can't control your person, but they can control the environment. They can, and that's what they're doing. It's like at first it was that they were trying to manipulate through what they said, through utilizing like things, whether it was property, whether it was money, if they had children, manipulating through the environment. Then it was pulling in other people to try and influence other people to have some sort of influence on your person. None of that's working anymore. So your person is saying, well, I'm still going to do what I'm doing. I'm breaking away from you. However, it's like it doesn't take a rocket science to see that this to intuitively know that the karmic is probably going to be right behind. And that's the thing. Again, Eight of Swords, release limiting beliefs. So it's again, there is an Eight of Swords, but it's again reversed. So like I said, it wouldn't work out. Like I feel like your person doesn't want to deal with the karmic. And because they don't want to deal with the karmic, I feel like they wouldn't come to you in the right way. They need to fully end things with the karmic, end them, whether it's that they have to get an order of protection, if that's what it takes, if there's papers, divorce papers that need to be signed, whether they need to move out, they need to like cut off all attachments, because karmic has definitely put themselves in every area. But then it's up to your person to actually do the work. And I'm just getting the feeling like they don't want to do the work again. And the reason why is because they don't let go of the limiting beliefs of, I don't really know how I'm going to do this. So I just rather do it underhandedly. And it's like, and that's because I don't know how I'm going to get away from this person. This person's going to have consequences. So maybe, I can still be in a relationship with you without really having to say anything or do anything, which is, again, no one would want that. And they know that. So I'm kind of feeling like their limiting beliefs are going to make them create a to sabotage this connection, because going into a relationship with somebody and not being fully disclosed because they're afraid of what the person that they're supposed to be fully detached from is going to do. Seven of Cups reversed. Again, like no clarity of thoughts, just Seven of Cups reversed. So there's the way that they think. And so it's going to be up to you, because like I said, it doesn't take a genius to see. And psychically, I'm picking that up, that it's like this person is going to take the cowardly way out. And if they take the cowardly way out, there's going to be huge consequences. And really not for this person, because they already are living in hell. So from this person, the karmic's not going to let them go. They're just going to destroy everything in its path. Again, lost, and they don't know what to do. And so that's the thing. It's almost like even though they are miserable with the karmic, they would be lost without the karmic, because they became so codependent, letting this person do everything in their life. And the karmic always knew, listen, they never felt loved by your person. They never felt loved. And so they did things, constantly doing things, but they didn't live their own life. They don't have a life. Their life is controlling and dominating your person. So that's the thing. Your person already came to you once. They already came to you once, and they were still attached to somebody else. And so, and now they're still going to try to do that. And so, because of the fact that they don't really know who they are. Again, perfectionists. And so this person feels like things need to be perfect. There's a sense of inadequacy. They have a lot of shame. That was the tool that was used to manipulate your person, was shame. And it's because they cheated, they didn't love this karmic, and they tried to like please the karmic and please themselves at the same time. And that meant screw everyone else over, and really screw themselves over and screw the karmic over too, because karmic doesn't want them running around with other people, making them look like a jackass. Where it's, again, they're trying to create this facade that they have this perfect life. And again, that is not what it displays. So, there's punishment. And your person, like, again, like as much as they don't love this person or want to be with this person, they're reliant on this person. It's a trauma bond. And so with you, I feel like there's passion, there's love, but not where it overrides the fear of having to deal with this karmic. And that's why they stay stuck. And so we'll ask we're going to take 3 cards from this deck just to see what comes out. And then we're going to see why you attracted this person. Because if this person isn't strong enough where they're connected to someone else, emotionally, they would never be able to give you what you needed. Why did you attract this person? What is the universe trying to tell you? What is the universe trying to teach you about yourself that needs healing? Okay, don't listen to other people. Trust yourself to know the truth. So again, your person is listening to other people. Again, you needed to just see. That's a little confirmation there. And I believe too, it's like you already know. You already know. So don't let anyone influence you into like, well, this person loves you and, they're just going through a rough time. No, be true to you. Our destiny is calling. Preparations are underway to take the next step. So your person, like, again, knows on some level that they should like come towards you, that you and them should be in union, feels that you should be in union. So there is a sense, and they say preparations in order, but their preparation is they're like leaving the karmic. Now, I feel as if you need to talk to this person, and I'm gonna ask other questions. And another question is gonna be like, if you talk to this person and call them out on what they're doing, like leaving without really closing out the situation with the karmic, but you tell them that they have to, what they'll do. Like, will you change the dynamic? Will you shapeshift your situation? Because right now, this person knows that you're part of their destiny. They're just terrified of the consequences. Um, when we're talking, things just come out of my mouth, and afterwards, I'm not even sure why I say them. They feel so comfortable with you. They just feel so comfortable with you that, again, that there's a flow with the karmic. They don't feel comfortable. They don't feel safe. And they don't, it's like they know that they're dominated. They know that there's consequences for how they've treated them. So I'm really feeling like you need to like call this person out on their on what they plan on doing. But before I ask that question, I want to know why you attracted this person into your life. Why did you attract this person into your life? Flip that one over. Why did you attract this person into your life? Well, number one that came out is gifts. I'm going to pull three. I believe that because this person really didn't give you time or energy, you put more time into yourself. Um, Resilience, to show you your gifts of resilience, to again, like to keep your ground up. I feel like you have to deal with difficult people that like to check your boundaries, and try to wear you down to get what they want. So again, standing up to this person and also putting your energy towards growing yourself made you very resilient. And that's a gift. So we see two gifts that came from that. See, shadows are not just spiritual blocks. Shadows are sometimes just gifts that aren't developed. And they're not developed because, again, if you're in a place of survival and you feel unworthy, you don't feel like, again, that you needed whatever, that there wasn't enough, because like you said, greed at one time felt like, well, you too were a little bit indulgent because you grew up without. But I felt like you learned that lesson. So it's, again, it would sometimes people come into our life to again show us how far we've healed, but also to expose certain, gifts, because this person brought up a lot of the same emotions, but you got to see yourself differently. And then one more, disassociated. So again, a lot of times from trauma, like we detach. Disassociation means like we might know what happened, but we forget aspects of it because of we are detached from our emotion. We don't like we don't have any emotion towards it. We might even be numb. So that happens from severe trauma. A lot of times watching a parent suffer and struggle financially and not know what to do, again, could create enough trauma to disassociate. So what this was all about was for you to, again, embody yourself, because again, when we disassociate, we detach and detach from ourselves. So we're not as grounded anymore, tend to be up in our head. And then we see manifestations like anxiety and depression instead of being in the moment, in the now. Only in the now do you get divine guidance. And you get divine guidance, there's a call to action to go and create and to find ourselves. And I feel like that's what happened here. This person didn't give you any time. And because they didn't, you had nothing but time on your hands. And you put it into creating yourself, finding your gifts, or again, if you knew what your gifts were, into like polishing them, into making them stronger, into making you one of the top people in your industry now, whatever that is. So if you're a psychic, then again, you put the energy into your craft. If you are a coach, if you're a nurse, if you're whatever it is, if you're a juggler, a dog walker, well, guess what? You're the best damn dog walker that there is. It's like you put it into yourself, and that's how you got your resilience. It's like you were able to like go through the situation, the turbulent situation, by cutting off your energy to this person, because your choice of focus is your greatest tool when you're dealing with somebody that, you know, is on a lower vibration, that is stuck in a situation and they don't want to do the healing, and now you have feelings for them. So what happens is that you have a choice. You're either going to put your energy into this person by trying to help them, which is kind of what they want you to do, by again leaving out parts of their story, you know, just coming to you saying that it's over. Yeah, it's over, but not 100%. It's like they're making plans, but not until you have a conversation with this person. Your person's trying to like leave out through the back door and not even close things out and not expecting any consequences for that. And when there would be huge consequences, not really for them, I mean, there would be just, but they're used to it already almost, but they would be dragging you into it. So again, you didn't do that. You didn't help. And a lot of times if you grew up in a family where you watched your parents struggle, you were again automatically someone that wants to step in and help. It's an automatic thing. It's a survival mechanism for your emotional survival, because when you helped out, you were seen as good and praised and helped. And so again, brought you back to that time dealing with the same type of energy, a person that is actually disassociated and detached because of who they live with, meaning that they're there, but they're not fully there. So you would have transcended back into the same type of environment that you grew up in. And really what this shows here is that's not what happened. What happened here is that you found your gifts. You again found your resilience, and you were able to heal the parts of yourself that were disassociated. That's why this person came into your life. So sometimes we say, oh, but I really like that person. Spirit says, yes, but the more that you develop your gifts, the more it'll create new opportunities that will raise your vibration to bring you the right people and the right situations that are going to be more in alignment with you. So we asked Spirit one last message. What other positive messages could we have to help say, you know, if we do have some residue of still caring about this person and we don't want to think about them anymore, what should we do, or what's the healing energy that we should take away from this situation, aside from the fact that we healed a huge thing and also found our gifts at the same time? That's real integration. That's real transmutation of negative energy right there, by the way. Unconditional love. My heart is free from resentment towards others. I open the eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in every being. I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. So I believe that this person also came into your life to help you like deal with forgiveness. A lot of times if we grew up in an environment where there wasn't enough, and so to the point that we felt like we needed to be greedy, then we weren't really growing ourselves because we were acquiring stuff. So, so it was again to not to let go of any blame or any resentment from again the way that you grew up. And because this person again brought all those energies up, and also for you to see again that you're to let go of the resentment, to let go of anger, to learn how to forgive. That's like I said, because a lot of times trauma from when we inherit that trauma, and it could be all the issues that go along, not just with financial issues, that it's a lot of stress, it's a lot of anxiety. Our parents, could have taken it out on us that they didn't have. And so the resentment and the worry and disassociation, and then going back and actually seeing kind of like the same scenario play out with someone else, almost as if you were watching it, because disassociations like comes a lot of times with detachment, because are no longer affected by this anymore. This is something that you're like, well, I kind of know my worth already. And it's like, so again, being able to see it, that different version of yourself to help you transcend back. But this wasn't just that. Like I said, yes, you got through it easy, but it also allowed you to find your gifts, and that's huge to me. So I'm going to leave that there. Virgo, you let me know whether you resonated with this message. And if you did, give me a like, comment, and don't forget to work the word greedy in your comment bar. I almost forgot the word. It's greedy in your comment bar. And I'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye bye.